Hello everyone, it's Stewart A. Swordlow
And Janet Diane Moria Swordlow.
for expansions.com, and this is our podcast for the second week of December 2012. And it's been a very interesting year, as you well know. We have a lot of things to tell you, but I just want to make one little discussion here about what I see going on in Europe and in the Middle East.
Do you want to tell them where we are first?
Oh, well, we're actually very...
In case they haven't noticed.
Because
we're not on the moon.
We are in Europe and close to the Middle East. We are in Bosnia.
Close to the moon.
We are at the Pyramid of the Moon.
On the Pyramid of the Moon.
On the Pyramid of the Moon. And as again, I told you the last time that with our advanced technology, we can bleep in and out of anywhere in the world. Who knows? I might be bleeping into your bedroom one of these days.
How scary is that?
I get accused of it anyway.
That's true.
So I might as well just do it.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, so may I continue?
Well, if you think that we've adequately expressed where we are for the moment, but we have more things to share.
Yeah, because it's a little chilly here. I want to get a coat. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about is what is going on in the EU, what is going on with Russia and Israel and all of these things going on. And what about Berlusconi coming back into, or planning to come back into power in Italy? Who's behind all of that? Well, my theory is that it's the Russians and the Israelis who are behind all of that, because Berlusconi is a very good friend of both of them, and all of those friends are a little bit against the EU and those who control the EU. And so it's my opinion that Berlusconi is being supported by the Vatican, the Israelis, the Russians, in order to take power back into Italy. Possibly, who knows, for the removal of that country from the EU, like Greece is going to be removed from that country, that group. And remember, a long time ago, I mentioned to you about a new grouping or union that's being formed by the Israelis, the Greeks, even Romania, Bulgaria, a lot of the countries that surround Turkey in order to develop and monetize the gas and oil in the Eastern Mediterranean, and Cyprus is part of that as well. And because Cyprus is split between Greece and Turkey as far as republics are concerned, it's very likely that the Israelis told the Turks that if they want to participate in the finances of the Eastern Mediterranean oil fields and gas fields, they need to behave themselves and perhaps join with the Israelis in developing all of this. The Russians said that they would actually finance some of that because, well, not because they like the Israelis, but because the Russians want to have power in Europe and the Middle East, and they want to control the oil and gas flow to Europe and the Middle East. So there's a lot of things going on. I also feel that Mr. Erdogan, who is the Prime Minister of Turkey, would like to see the Ottoman Empire be reborn, and of course the Russians would like to rebirth the new Soviet Union, and the Israelis are looking forward to a third temple in Jerusalem and all of that prophecy coming true. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I do think that 2013 is going to see a lot of activity along those lines, and that's why we are going back to that region.
We have some amazing things planned for you, but first I'm going to tell just a little bit of my news today.
Okay.
Because the most important news is where we're actually going.
Okay.
So this is just kind of to give them a little bit of taste of what's going on out in the world. Now, as you know, I've been talking to you about a lot of trends, and hopefully by now you've kind of got that. So unless it's like really astounding news, I'm going to let you follow those yourself because it's very, very obvious. But these are a couple things that I thought were especially interesting that again go along with the things that we're telling you and how you can further use your hyperspace oversoul techniques. For example, it says right on the news today, it says that stores are telling you how they make you shop more. They play loud music, they make sure you get disoriented, you have loss of control, and therefore you purchase more. And this is being validated by researchers from Penn State and the National University of Singapore, of all places. So when you're doing your hyperspace oversoul techniques, these kind of things are not going to bother you as they would in the normal way. Now, it's especially important that you remember that the smell also affects your purchases because you know how to protect yourself from loud music and noise. You can selectively close that out, but you have to breathe. And so all kinds of scents are out there being played through the atmosphere that you don't know how to protect yourself from, and it is bothering you. But when you know hyperspace oversoul techniques, the smells are not going to bother you because you learn to stay whole and complete and in your center. So they're very, very smart at what they do. And again, this has been verified now by researchers, so they're telling you.
So what happens if you go outside the mall and you smell like a lot of urine? What does that want to make you want to buy?
Ask the mall people. I don't know.
What do you buy when you smell that?
Ask the mall people. I don't know. But inside the mall, they play all kinds of smells. And there's some smells, you know, just like sight and hearing, that go beyond what you can identify. They're just there, but they play on your senses and your sensory organs, and again, helping you lose control. And so you just purchase. And that's why you get home sometime and you think, why did I do this? Why did I buy this?
That's why I don't go shopping.
No, I don't go shopping either. Things just come to us. We materialize. We bleep them in and out, right? Right.
That's right.
Okay, then the other thing I want to talk to you about, which I thought this was especially interesting, because we talked to you a lot about animal research and about the things that come up with people and how the people kind of genetics are present or prevalent. You know, we talked about the webbed fingers, the toes, blah, blah, those kind of things. Well, this I thought was interesting because there are actually catfish in France that lure pigeons to the edge of the water, and they actually get out of the water onto land, they get the pigeons and bring them into the water and they eat them.
Catfish eating
Catfish
pigeons?
in France specifically.
Huh.
And they also say that in South Carolina there are actually bottlenose dolphins that drive fish onto the beaches and get them that way.
Well, I've heard about dolphins working with fishermen to push.
But this is for them getting their own food. And then the other thing that I read about was interesting. In Argentina, there are killer whales who actually beach themselves to get sea lions for food.
Really? Because I know some men that do that to get women. They beach themselves just to...
Now they're called beached whales.
Oh,
they usually
well,
lay
some of
flat
them
on
look
their
like that, yeah.
back, and they've
Yeah.
got the little thing
Yeah.
going on. But anyway, so this is interesting with the animals, showing how to catch food. Have they adapted? If things changed in their environment? Is it a mix of genetics? What is making them do these kind of things? And we keep talking to you about strange animal behavior as being precursors to other events, other geological events that may affect you. So keep your eye on these kind of stories. And the last story I want to talk to you about is people who listen with their hands. Okay, now this...
Listen to you now.
Well, this actually is confirming things that we teach in our classes, but I'm going to tell you this first because it's saying that cognitive scientists are actually saying that people listen with their hands, and as they listen to certain sounds or words, they automatically grip their hands, they grip certain things, or they scratch, they throw, they lift, they make certain movements with their hands as they listen. And so it's talking about how words subtly and selectively induce motor activity. And also the research tells us that the fact that this motor response depends on context is a testament to our brain's flexibility when processing words. So anyway, this is very interesting. Of course, they're saying it's going to lead to new therapies for speech and language because once they tell you something, they have to control it. What we say is that every single cell in your body is listening, and it's seeing, and it is transmitting some kind of information to you 24/7. It's not just your eyes, which a lot of people think are touch, or the five senses that they tell you about, but each and every cell of your being happens to be a receptor of some kind of communication that's going on around you in your environment or beyond other dimensions.
So they're going to have like little hearing aids for your fingers?
They could.
Yeah.
But all of this is interesting, and again, it's verifying what we're telling you. So watch the trends. As I mentioned, you should be able by this point to begin to pick them out for yourselves. If you're new to our podcast, go watch some old ones because it's all there.
So then it makes sense, like when they say, listen to Mr. Hand. You know,
Right, there's a reason.
Yeah, that makes
Absolutely a reason. In fact, there's some children's shows, where I think they use puppets or they decorate their hands like puppets. All kinds of imprinting that goes into the cellular structure that makes you do certain things. So they use everything. They're very, very smart, and of course we're waking up and we're teaching you to wake up.
Well, I'm always awake.
Well, yes, that's true. So, on to the more exciting things we have planned.
Okay, so like for them or for us?
For all of us.
Okay,
It's
'cause
amazing.
I don't
because-
have anything exciting for myself.
Of course you do.
But-
What did we do last year? Or was it almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, we went ourselves and stood on this very pyramid.
Oh, yes. But there's something else I want to tell people, and that is before we even get back to Bosnia in June, I have a very special pre-trip that is going to be available, and it's going to be a one-time only because I'm not going to do this one again.
I don't know why not.
Well, because there's more things to do. But what we're going to do is first arrive in Sofia, Bulgaria, and do a very special road trip through Kosovo, Macedonia, Albania, Montenegro, and then start going back into maybe a little bit of Croatia and Bosnia again.
But why these little countries?
Well, because these little countries are extremely important. They're a part of history. You know, Macedonia was once a very important aspect of ancient Greece. Kosovo, you know, was also war-torn and has a very unique history connected to the Ottoman Empire. And so does actually Bulgaria and Montenegro.
And also my understanding is there are actually tunnels underground these countries.
That's just it. And especially also in Albania, which Albanian language is the original form of ancient Greek, which most people don't know about or understand. That there's a lot that we have to learn and study there, as well as I will show the reasons why Yugoslavia broke up into those many different little countries in order to accommodate the new European Union, even though most of them are not in the European Union yet, but they're being prepared for it, just as Bosnia is being prepared for it.
And I think those countries are beautiful, aren't they?
They're extremely gorgeous. In fact, they're constantly advertising Montenegro and even Macedonia, but we're going to be seeing very special things, doing very special scanning and research, again, that will be one time only, and it's very limited.
That's what I was going to mention, that we have one van right now with 4 places.
Left.
And we have one other additional van possibly available with 8 places.
Yeah, but you need to let us know as soon as possible because there really is very limited space.
Well, we've had a lot of people express interest, I guess that's my point. So if you want to go on the pre-trip with us and have a chance to visit and chat and so forth and explore and research with us these little very important countries with interesting history and underground, then you must get your reservation in immediately.
Yeah, and it's going to be really fascinating. And of course, we'll have our very special driver with us that we did last time, and he's quite amazing as well.
That's right. And then from there we go into
we're going to go into Bosnia.
Sarajevo.
We're going to wind up in Sarajevo, which is the capital of Bosnia. And then we will be joining Dr. Osmanagic in Visoko,
who came to us, of course, here in St. Joseph. And those of you who are fortunate enough to be at our fall conference heard him in person. We've been posting some of his segments on the website. And interestingly enough, we are also getting ready our fall conference to post on our pay-per-view, which should be available over the holidays, Pyramid Storehouse of Knowledge. So before you come on the trip, you must watch this because this will tell you what you need to know to help prepare you for some of the things that we're going to be doing in June. And that was one reason why we had that particular conference, was to prepare those people who are interested to move along with us so that we're kind of all on the same page as we go. So we're going to wind up in Sarajevo at his conference, which celebrates actually the summer solstice.
Right, and he's invited us to speak there, and also we will be going to places like Medjugorje.
Yes, and he has quite an extensive tour, so we will be joining with his tour for this week. We will keep our people separate so we can tell you what we know and we can help you figure out what you know. We're going to be going to Medjugorje, to Mostar. There's a famous bridge we're going to be seeing.
Yeah.
And we're also going...
Those spheres.
Spheres that people don't know. There are actually spheres in Bosnia.
Yeah, that we actually did see also in Costa Rica.
Yeah, and we're going to be spending time on Pyramid of the Moon. Now, I will tell you, we climbed the Pyramid of the Moon. And so, let's see, those shoes probably are good. You must have
Yeah.
hiking boots if you're going to walk on the pyramids. And I did
Don't
not.
bring heavy backpacks.
Yeah, and I had not appropriate footwear last time. And this is the time of year to get your hiking boots on sale, which is what I'm doing for myself. I have some coming with thick tread and that will support your ankles.
Yeah.
Because this isn't like, this is rough.
Well, I'm hoping that by now he's kind of
Smooth it
cleared
out
some
well.
of those pathways. They were
I
pretty
don't know.
rough.
Well, he's more really interested in the labyrinth. We're going to spend time under the pyramids in the
Yes,
labyrinth, which
yes.
is astounding what you see, what you feel, what you hear. And we'll be guiding you through that. And the climax will be, we are going to actually be spending the summer solstice night on the top of Pyramid of the Sun, and he told us all about the beam that comes out of the top of
very
the pyramid.
fascinating.
And that is the most powerful point that they have actually recorded. Everything he does is scientifically recorded and monitored.
And what you may have seen in the videos that we posted online is that at one point when the beam came up, that they recorded a vehicle flew into the sky like a UFO and looked like it was downloading energy from it.
Yes, and also the words, sometimes it sounds like they're words.
There's words coming out of there.
And
it's very fascinating. And I, personally, am going to prove my theory of the connection between the pyramids in Bosnia, the pyramids in Egypt and Mexico, as well as the connection to Antarctica and the Kuiper Belt. So it's going to be quite amazing.
And we're going to do a research. You can be in on that research with us. We've already had a lot of people signing up, and we anticipate that will continue. That will go on through his conference, and at the end of his conference, you will have choices. Some people, you can depart directly from Sarajevo if you would like
Correct.
to go back to your home.
Right.
Second choice is we will have the private vans available to drive you personally up to Venezia
In Italy.
in Italy with an Italian-speaking driver and guide who will get you settled in Venezia. You will have access to him for one day. They do speak a lot of English there, and from there you can also leave to come home. So you can spend a day, you can spend however long you want and depart on your own. You and I will be doing what?
Well, we'll be going on to Novosibirsk, where I was
Here
this
we are.
past October. And boy, let me tell you something. It's freaking cold here. In fact, the temperature right now is minus 36 centigrade, which is not that much different than Fahrenheit. It's about the same Fahrenheit, minus 30 something Fahrenheit. And the high temperature today here in Novosibirsk will be minus 20 centigrade.
So are you going to get your snow shovel and shovel? Because I
Oh,
know
actually,
you
minus
just,
20 Fahrenheit. That's like
Yeah?
even colder.
So where's your snow shovel? You're going to shovel while you're
Yeah,
here?
I don't do that
or-
anymore.
You don't?
do
You
that.
can't?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm done with the shoveling stuff. But you know, it's been the coldest weather here and snowiest winter in the last 50 years.
That's after your visit, I think.
How would you say about that, Al Gore? What's happening to the global warming in Novosibirsk?
Is it going to be this cold when we go?
No, it'll be slightly warmer. But Novosibirsk is not known for its hot weather, but it will be above freezing when we go in June.
And what are we going to do there?
And what are we going to do? Well, just calm yourself down,
so
and I'll tell them.
excited.
Which,
I
by
can't
the way,
wait.
that little necklace he got there,
That's right.
that comes from Novosibirsk.
Yes, Kerorite. Is that how you say it? I'm sure it's not, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's not either. But the thing
but it's
is,
beautiful. You can find it
okay,
there.
back to me.
Back to you.
We're going to
I want to be
actually.
pretty, at least a little bit.
You'll never
My
be as
jewelry.
pretty as
I'm sorry.
me. I'm sorry.
I know.
Just deal with
I'm
it.
trying.
Just try to deal with it. But what's going to happen is I'll show you around Novosibirsk with my Russian friends there, my Siberian friends there, and maybe even show you the three-headed winged dragon in the park. That's going to be interesting. But then we're going to take a little trip to the Altai Mountains, which are not too far away. The Altai Mountains, as I have discussed with you a couple of times before, is where there is a colony of Neanderthal that still exists. And one was actually once captured by the Soviet army in the 1930s and again in the 1950s. So maybe we will see. Maybe the Neanderthal will come with us, actually.
Maybe.
There might be a few Neanderthals that sign up.
There are a
on the
lot
trip.
of strange activities in those mountains.
A lot of UFO activities, a lot of strange things going
More
on. We're going
underground
to
things.
explore. This is the pathway that the descendants of Emmanuel took when they went towards China and Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to explore that as well. From there, we will take a quick hop over to Irkutsk, which is on the shores of Lake Baikal.
Oh, here we are.
The
Surprise.
deepest lake in the world, fresh water. And
More
you know
than the
what?
Great Lakes?
There's so much fresh water in the Lake Baikal, it's more than all the Great Lakes combined. And nobody really knows the bottom of what is in Lake Baikal, but Russian scientists actually have filmed and photographed strange human-like creatures swimming without apparatus, by the way, deep under the surface of Lake Baikal. It's also known for its extreme UFO activity and paranormal activity. And then the next part, I didn't even tell you what we're going to do.
I'm sorry.
It's like, she doesn't even
I suppose
know.
you're going to bleep me there now.
Well, the thing is, I'm going to say it publicly so you can't hurt me. But from
You'd be surprised
Irkutsk,
what I can do off camera.
and that's true, I have the scars. I'll show you a nude photograph of myself later on with the scars. But from Irkutsk and Lake Baikal, we're going to take a quick trip to Vladivostok.
Vladivostok, can I say
on
that?
the eastern shores of, well, the eastern was part of Russia.
Does that have to do with
Siberia.
vodka?
Hopefully there will be. And then we will take a trip down to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong,
I'm there now.
yeah.
I'm having tea at one of the shops. It's delicious.
You get one of those things that opens
Yes,
up
the
like
flowering ones. Yes, we had that last time. It's amazing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Hong Kong.
Maybe you want to get some of those fried butterflies and worms and things like that. Yeah, that's
No, I'm
really,
going to
really
stick
good.
with their seafood because they have non-contaminated seafood there.
So far.
So far.
So far.
And that's what I want.
But can I finish?
Is there secret stuff in Hong Kong?
Well, there's a lot of secret stuff in Hong Kong.
Is there?
We might even take that tramway up to the very top.
I
And you
was
have
there.
a view
It was
of,
amazing.
it's very strange. The train is like this. It's built like that.
It's a tram.
It's a very
Goes
strange
straight up
tram.
the mountain.
Yeah, and you can actually have a view into the People's Republic, but don't worry about that because we'll go from there to Beijing.
Here we are.
And in
I mean, you can come
Beijing,
with us if you want, or you can leave directly from Hong Kong.
and here's the good news, Beijing, the government of People's Republic stated that now you can go into Beijing for up to 3 days without the need for a visa.
Or it's easy for us because we just bleep in and out.
Well, we just bleep in
They
and out,
can't
but the other
yeah.
people will have to
We'll
take the
teach them that,
conventional
though.
ways.
We could teach
But
them.
actually, what we'll learn in Bosnia, maybe you'll be able to bleep in and out with us.
Or maybe we can go through the underground tunnels direct to Beijing.
No, they're too dark. I like to be on the
You want to
surface.
see what's going on around you.
Yeah, I do. And
All
then,
right. we don't want to miss the UFOs up
Okay,
there.
back to me again. Then we'll visit the Tiananmen Square, Mao Zedong's tomb, the Forbidden City, take a little trip up to the Great Wall of China, and then we'll go home.
I'm so excited.
You should be.
I am very excited for
Yeah.
this trip. There's going to be so much. You know, every time I go, you know, I'm not quite the world traveler Stewart, as you all know, but every time I go,
And interplanetary travel.
and interplanet. Well, I've interplanetary traveled.
You did?
I did.
Huh. Is that where you were yesterday? Oh.
I've got my
Okay.
secrets too. But every time you go, it's amazing because you plug yourself in just like a light bulb, and it kind of like turns you on. You all of a sudden, all your memories come up, simultaneous existences. You know where you've been, the players that have been with you. You know so much just by being in these locations. It's fascinating. I mean, you can read your books, which I've done. You can watch your movie channels, which I've done all that. But when you are there, there's absolutely nothing like it. If you want changes in your life, it's just you will not be the same person.
This is the time to do it, people,
That's
because
right.
you know what? Second half of 2013, a lot of stuff is going to be happening, and these trips may not be possible after that.
Well, this is going to prepare them for
Yeah.
what's coming. Because what happens is you get yourself in alignment. You don't have to be affected negatively for the things that are coming.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm so excited about 2013. I was excited about 2012. I do believe I did a lot of personal healing. And those of you who are following the blogs and we're doing our work, I've seen that in you as well. This is going to be like, what?
Well,
Capper.
you're going to find out who and what you are, and not only that, you'll find out what's above and beneath the earth
Yeah.
and how it's connected.
That's right, and more about the true world history, which of course we continue to teach you about, and to be a part of our research. You might find out things or see things that will help us as well.
Yeah, so
It's a
come
partnership.
along. This is your chance, people. Come along and have the lifetime experiences you can't even imagine.
Nope, you only pass this way one time. with these people, with these tools, with the way the world is now. There's a reason you're here down here exploring for the God mind. And there are things that your oversoul wants to know. Plus, you need to open up to your own personal mission so that you accomplish the goals that you came here to accomplish.
So we look forward to seeing you on any and all of the segments of that trip. Start planning now and let us know your thoughts.
And you know what's always exciting to me is to see who actually makes it, because we always have people who are interested.
Yeah, a lot of people say they're coming and
They
they're coming and
self-sabotage.
then- Right.
And then we have the people who make it. Those are the dedicated people, and those are the people who can really get in
Right.
and do this work.
No excuses
And
this
it
time.
forms like a group mind, which allows all of us to explore on a deeper level than ever. These are the dedicated people that come with us.
Yes.
And these are the
And
people
they're
that...
always glad they did.
Oh, yep, absolutely. It's an experience of a lifeline. You will never get it again.
That's
Come
the
with
truth.
us.
All right, so I guess we're done for today, eh?
Well, we have to go start packing
Oh,
and
yeah.
planning.
Yeah, well, actually, we got to pack for Suriname and
We're
Aruba.
getting ready to
and-
go, and then
even
as soon as we get
Trinidad.
back, but I've already ordered the hiking boots because they're on sale now. So you need good shoes.
Yeah, did
Okay.
you get me any hiking boots?
You have hiking boots. You're
But-
wearing your hiking boots.
Yeah, but maybe I wanted new ones.
You told me you like those hiking boots.
But I want new ones. All right, never mind. Well, we'll
You
see.
deserve new ones. I mean, you might make you more pretty than me. What can I say? I already have so much
Too
competition.
late.
I have so much competition.
So, are you finished?
As finished as I'm going to be because I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I'm going to go start packing.
You know what? I'm gonna start packing too.
All right, sounds
Oh,
good.
so
Let's
we'll
go.
see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.